Welcome to the Big Scoop with Coop. I'm your host, Coop. Season 7 is still going strong, people. If you haven't already, make sure you do go check out the website, thebigscoopwithcoop.com, where you can see episodes from season 1 all the way to season 7. Also, big shout outs to everybody that's watching on Facebook right now, facebook.com/the Big Scoop with Coop. Big shout outs to everybody on Instagram, instagram.com/MCOOP317. Catch me on Twitter at Scoop with Coop and on YouTube under the Big Scoop with Coop. But enough about me. Ladies and gentlemen, today, this woman I have on the show, you have seen her on BET's The Next Big Thing. You've seen her rocking 4 Seats from Beyonce. You've seen her do some of everything, and this girl's career is nowhere close to stopping. That's the crazy part. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and the only Miss Tia P. Welcome to the show.
Hey everybody, what's going on? Scoop with Coop?
Yes, sir. Yes. How's your day going so far?
My day is going well. You know, it's beautiful out here in California. The weather's nice, so I can't complain. My dog is good, so I can't complain. I'm here talking to you, so I can't complain, you know?
Yes.
Everything like this is good. How are you, man?
Man, everything is doing well. You know, over here it's 8:30, 8:40 at night. We had a little Wizard of Oz weather earlier, but guess what? Like no place like home. I clipped my heels 3 times and I'm here, and we got this show going on. Now, yes. Now, before I even start the show, I do got to give you big shout outs to yourself on this situation because you're doing your thing on the next big thing. You're doing your thing with the music, and you're motivating people all around the world on Instagram. And I mean, I got to give you your props. You got people heads turning left and right on everything that you're doing, Tia. Please continue to do what you do.
Hey, thank you. No choice. I couldn't stop if I tried at this point. So.
I love it. Now, Tia, a lot of people want to know, because they probably haven't heard it. When did you first realize that you actually had a love for music?
To be honest, I come from a family of musicians. Both my parents are musicians. My dad, he plays drums, he songwrites, he produces. My mom, she sings. So it was never really a time where I didn't feel like music was a part of me. You know, my mom tells the story of how I was like maybe 2 or 3, maybe 2, and just unprompted went into the kitchen, grabbed some pots and pans, sat them up around me, got a spoon and an egg whisk, and that was my first makeshift homemade drum set. That was just of my own volition. And she was like, well, guess got another drummer in the house. And yeah, it went from that to, you know, just more music. My grandma got me a poetry book when I was young because she's a teacher as well as my mom. They're both educators. So, of course, you're going to learn how to read and you're going to know how to write. You're going to know how to spell. So that was always key. So she got me a poetry book, and that's what kind of really sparked my creative writing. And that turned into from stories to songs, which for me, songs are stories. And everything just came together, the music, the lyrics. And I was happy. It was something I enjoyed. It wasn't anything that was forced on me. I was surrounded by it, and it just drew me, you know? So that's always been my first love. Like, yeah, that's my boyfriend, my first right there.
Nice.
Yeah.
So what was the first song that you played when you was 4 years old? What was the ABCs, or you spitting poetry at 4?
I was just making my own little beat. But the first song I actually had written was a gospel song, because at the time I was at my kids choir at my church, Faithful Central, FCBC, woo woo woo, and and it was, if you let the Lord slide to your left side, if you let the Lord slide to your right side, if you let the Lord slide to your back side, come on everybody, it's a Holy Ghost party. So like that was my first like little Christian rap song or whatever, and yeah, it just continued to progress from there. Yeah.
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, you heard what Tia said. You can start at an early age, just beating on the drums, beating on pots and pans, beating on whatever. And you see what happened. God took her anointing and turned it over to what she's doing today. So I don't care what age you are. If you feel like you're too young or too old to do something, you better think again, because trust me, you are not nowhere close to it. Now, Tia, what type of hurdles did you go through after you got your drum set and you start beating it? Then you figured out how to put your music from step 1 to step 2. What hurdles did you go through to get to where you are today?
Well, as I got older and really started to pursue this as a career, not just a hobby or something I like, but really wanted to know, okay, how do I do this as a job? We started getting some attention from some labels and some A&Rs, and we've had management and we've had several meetings over the years. And one of the main things that's come from these meetings is they ask, so who's your target audience? And I really, as opposed to, I know that the answer would be, okay, maybe this group to this group, or this age group to this age group. I don't really have a set target audience, because my music speaks to more than one generation, which I think hasn't happened in a while. And I think that's what scares people who release music, is because right now you have music that's fitting for one crowd only, but it doesn't necessarily cross over to different generations. It will broaden that audience.
Hmm.
And so that's one of the things I've struggled with. It's like, so it's either I have to dumb down per se, or not, or be a little less creative so I can fit in this lane, as opposed to using 100% of my creativity and speaking to the masses of a larger audience, which is what my music does, because it's not just hip hop, it's not just rap. I sing a little bit, but it's not just R&B. I play drums, but it's not rock, but it's literally something for it's a smorgasbord, but it's still
Hmm.
me. You know what I'm saying? So that's
Right.
been one of the things. Also, natural hair is popping now, but it wasn't always the case over the years. So back then I was, still rocking my braids or my fro, or bantus and stuff, and that wasn't really quote unquote marketable at the time. So it's like, okay, we're gonna have to girl you up, we're gonna do this, that, and the third, and it's like, okay, I get it, but I want people to know me. I have to be comfortable with the image that I'm presenting. I don't ever want to present something that's for the moment, and then over here you see me in a totally different light, and it's like, well, it's the same person. Like this, what she rapping this, but what? So I just wanted a consistent message across the board to be authentic, and let people know who I am, what I represent. You can do it too. It's all love. It's enough room at the top for more than one of us. So that's those have been kind of the biggest hurdles: the nonconformity, and just the freedom to want to be creative. And that's what any artist wants to do. That creative power is really what my biggest thing is. So
Wow.
yeah.
Wow. Now, did you have any mentors actually helping you to start in the game?
Interestingly enough, in the beginning, we have a tremendous team right now, 6X Entertainment, my management company. We have a tremendous team right now, but starting off, it was mainly my mother and my father. And I'll tell you, my first two employers, again, it was the church. The church is a big foundation for me.
Right.
Uh, they were my first audience. Like I said, Faithful Central, we actually bought the Forum some years back. And when I did that song, It's a Holy Ghost Party, it was at the Forum in front of a full stadium of people. Mind you, it was for a church service, but it's still a full stadium of people. So I
Right.
think that being my foundation, being that young, being exposed to those type of crowds, it did something. It triggered something. It almost released any type of fear and brought in that possibility of, oh, I could do this. Like this is, oh yeah, like if I can do this in church and be this, oh, I can do this, and it sparked something else in me. So,
Wow.
and that was big. And Barbara Allen was actually the minister of music, uh, passed away recently. Lord rest her soul, amazing woman. Who I was 10 years old when I first started playing drums for the kids choir. So she was my second employer. I was 8 years old playing at McCoy Church, thanks to Jackie Malone. So those are the types of people, my church foundation, that's really helped me to garner who I am, helped me to garner these gifts, and just allowed me a platform to use my gifts. That was my first platform. So
Hmm.
definitely those people and my parents have set the foundation and just really helped and mentored me when I was coming up. So
Wow. That's what I'm talking about. Did you have a nervous bone in your body when you was in the stadium and you performed?
probably the first few times. I mean, because of course you're still a kid and rehearsal is one thing, but then you're like, okay, all those people, but the nerves never made me stop. The nerves never made me, you know, question whether or not I was going to do it. I was always going to get out there and do it, regardless whether I was nervous, whether I was heart was beating like this. I was going to get out there and do it. And it was like once I was out there, that's it. I'm good. I'm good.
Wow. Wow. Now we're gonna fast forward a little bit because we see how you started up and
Uh-huh.
you did your thing and you was up in the stadium and you performed.
Yeah.
Now you got a little bit older and then
Uh-huh.
you made this song. I'm gonna throw this up and I think you know what song I'm about to talk
Folks,
about.
Beyonce. Yep, yep.
Yes.
Yes,
How did
sir.
you come up with it?
Okay, so bring it right back to church. It's
Okay.
funny. So there, many people may or may not know the best musicians, and you can ask anybody, but it is my belief and the belief of many other people that some of the best musicians, singers, artists, just musicians are in church. And I found that to be true. And one of those musicians, his name is Jay Dill. Jay Dill's, he plays bass, keys, produces. He's played for Janet and a bunch of other people. Real cool dude. And my father also plays at this church at Faithful Central. So Jay and my pops were chopping it up one day, talking about some tracks that I could do. And I think I may have been home for the summer from Howard when this happened. And he was like, "Yeah," he was talking about some tracks, and he sent a couple of them to him. And my dad sent them to me. He was like, "Hey, Jay sent some tracks. Let me know if you like them. Check them out." Da 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 da. And the track that stood out was Four Seats from Beyonce, and the sample was already in it. He had taken it from this homeless guy named Eastside Crackhead. Well, he just goes by Eastside now, but at the
Yeah.
time he was Eastside Crackhead. And it was like, okay, this is first of all, it's got Beyonce's name in it, so it's triggering something already.
Right.
And I'm like, Four Seats from Beyonce, Four Seats. So I'm like, okay, this is different. I like this. The beat is hard. It's catchy. I'm like, okay. So Jay and I go to the studio. He's playing me that track and some other tracks. He's working on some stuff, and I get home that day and headphones on, just writing, just writing, just writing, just writing, just writing. It's just a flow. It's just coming. And the concept was Four Seats from Beyonce. I'm gonna tell my story about how, since we're using four seats, okay, I'm gonna take the analogy of me being in a stadium, and I'm
Mhm.
starting off in the nosebleeds, and then as the song progresses, I make my way down to the floor seats, and then as you get to the bridge, then I'm on stage with her, and that's basically my come up story, my progression from, how I started off, some of the challenges, obstacles, what I'm doing now, how my goal is to eventually be four seats and then on stage with Beyonce. Because for me, Beyonce is the pinnacle performer of our generation. There's not many men or women who can do what she does, how she does it consistently. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? You don't have to be a Beyonce fan to respect the way she does what she does. I mean,
That's true.
you know
That's
what I'm
true.
saying? So that's what that song was about. That's where it came from. And yeah, Jay sparked something, and it was it. That was it.
Now, Tia, I saw the video for
Yeah,
4-6. Now, is that East Side in the beginning? That's actually
it
spitting to
is.
you through the car
It
window?
is East Side in the beginning. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
That dude got lyrics, man. He got
Yeah.
fire on him.
Yeah. Because when I
Jeez.
first saw that video went viral because it was like, yo, it's homeless. I think it was, I don't know if it was Meek Mills who recorded it, but somebody recorded it, and it was like, yo, who is this? He's homeless spitting like this? Like, yo. So it was like, if he coming like this on the intro, okay, I got to go ham. All right. So yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Wow. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you have not seen, if you don't know what in the world me and Tia is talking about right now, go watch the video, Four Seats from Beyonce. The first 30 seconds, your jaw is going to drop because the dude, Eastside, you can see Tia. So I'm going to see if I can imitate it. So the window is right here.
Uh-huh.
Tia's like this, and she got somebody with her
My
beside
boy
her
Tommy
driving.
J. Yeah, yeah.
Big shout outs to Tommy J. Big shout
Shout
outs
out
to you,
Tommy
dog.
J.
And Tia's like this looking and hearing what he's got to say. Eastside is just spitting. And then towards the end, he says about 4-6 from Beyonce, and Tia's face go like that. And the video starts. The dude has got crazy spit on him. So
Yeah.
yes, make sure you watch the video. YouTube it, Google it. I don't care.
It's
Find the
everywhere.
video.
Just go watch it. Go
Word
find
up.
it.
Yes. Now, from any genre, because I heard you say earlier, you basically got DNA, the music DNA of every genre inside of you that you can do.
Oh yeah.
If you could pick 5 artists from any genre, past or present, I don't care which one, to work with you on your next album, who would they be?
Ooh, okay. Top Stevie Wonder
Okay.
because he's Stevie freaking Wonder, and I know all of his music. Uh, Kendrick Lamar
Okay.
because he's from Compton, I'm from Inglewood. We got that whole West Side vibe going on, and he's just a beast. Pharrell Williams because Pharrell across the board has done amazing things for artists of all genres. He's one of those people who's just he's a chameleon. He's whatever you need him to be for whatever you need him for, from TVs to movies to rock, pop, hip. Like, I love me some Pharrell. Always have.
Right.
Fourth, I would have to say would be Missy Elliott because
Ooh.
Missy has been such a big influence on me just from the Jump Street, like from Super Duper Fly. Like that album cover is what? Chilling with the tennis shoes, just like with the like yo, Missy was so cool. Like that
Yep.
was she was so cool to me. Still is one of the coolest. Uh,
Yep.
oh man, Missy, yeah, Missy definitely. And my fifth person would probably be it's a cross between oh man. Okay, all right. It's a three-way tie. I got to do a three-way tie
Let's
between
do
Kirk
it.
Franklin, Robert Glasper, and my boy PJ Morton.
Wow. Wow.
And see, it's hard, man. It's hard.
Wow. Dope
Yeah,
list. Very dope list. Big
yeah,
shout outs to everyone you name. You're
yeah.
watching this interview right now. You better get up with Tia. Do it. Please
Come
do it.
holla at me.
Yes, yes. Collab off the brain. That's what I'm
Yeah,
talking about.
yeah,
Man,
yeah.
everybody, I hope everybody's still watching this interview, and I know you are. Once again, you better write down what Tia is saying because she's actually spitting knowledge to you, how she started and where she's at now. Now,
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring up another subject, the elephant in the room that people want to know.
What's
BET, the
up?
next big thing.
Oh
Now,
boy.
when you found out that you was gonna be on that show, where was your excitement level at?
I I was very excited because it was my first uh, TV show, that was going to be a regularly airing show. So this would mean people would see me on the regular in their homes at a consistent time weekly. And, that's really TV is kind of like the next best thing for radio now because it's how people get familiar with other people. You can go on a reality show or a TV show and gain a whole fan base that you never would have gained if just strictly through music. So it's a wonderful platform just for exposure and anything else. I was excited about that to be on a network like BT,
Mhm.
and to be a part of a music competition show. So, but on the other hand, it's like okay, is this gonna be like reality TV or is this really gonna be like they really trying to find somebody dope or whatever? So I was curiously excited. I'll say that way.
Okay.
Curiously excited, but open to anything that was gonna happen during there. Because you can't go in there with a closed mind, but also knowing my boundaries, what I will and won't do. Just as
Right.
part of my character. So but it was cool. I was definitely excited and curious just to see what the competition would be, how they would be like performance wise, how they would be like, when the cameras are off, how they would be like if maybe if somebody got in their ear, it's just you never know when you're coming into a situation when you don't know who the other parties are. But
Hmm.
based off what the information we were told on how the show would be, I was definitely excited and humbled to be chosen and be a part of that. So yeah.
Wow. Now, for the people that have not watched this show already, if you're living under a rock, you need to watch this show. Because I'm not going to spoil it, but if you're not up to date, I'm not going to spoil it. I'm going to bring up one thing on this show because it's our own personal curiosity question
All
for
right,
you,
talk
T.
to me. What's that?
Episode 1.
Uh-huh.
I don't know homeboy name. Dude
Ah,
fell asleep in the studio.
I already know you talking about Pimp Toby. The light skinned dude with the dreads.
Yes.
Pimp
Okay.
Toby. Yeah.
What what were you all when the cameras was not rolling? What was going through your mind and other people's mind
We were
when
like, is this serious? Like, yo, what are we for? Like, okay, maybe we're trying too hard. Okay, yeah, but yeah, we were just kind of just flabbergasted at his lack of care. It was just like, we all, no matter what our background is, no matter what we've been doing prior to the show, we all came with the intent to, give it our best, give it 100, present ourselves in a light that would want people to listen to us, want people labels to be attracted to us. And
Right.
I'm just like, you don't even care, bro. Like, what? Like, where they find you? So we were all just like, yo, if he stays, we going, cause this, yeah. So yeah. It's like, nah. If this is what y'all want, I'm clearly here for the wrong show. So yeah.
Because when I saw Dame face and I saw y'all in the background, when you all went and had an hour to rehearse, and then y'all came back, and he got up and he was like, I'm like, and you should have saw y'all faces. It's like, it was like y'all was like, okay, I know the camera's rolling, I can't do a true facial expression, but
right.
y'all was like, you was like this. I was like, how did you hold your composure?
Usually I don't have a poker face, and I'm trying to work on that. I can go for so long, but after a while, it's out. It was just, we just didn't know what to think. We were just lost for words. It was, but yeah, it's one of those things, man. It's just, okay, you do you. I'm gonna continue to do me, and hopefully they'll see that this can't be real. So yeah.
And I think you had, and when you was up there before you went to rehearse, when you was automatically picked. Now I'm not trying to spoil the show for people. Jesus.
It's all right. It's episode 1.
Yeah, exactly. So when you got up there, I think you had 30 seconds to do what you do, right?
Yeah, the first round, everybody had 30 seconds. Yeah.
Right. Now, was there anything edited, cut out after you got off stage? Did they say anything else additional to you that we didn't hear? We heard they say they loved you, they liked you, and everything. Was there anything else said after that?
Well, Tina mentioned the fact that I did throw Dame's name in my rap. I don't remember if they put that on the episode, if they mentioned her saying it. But he was like, oh, it's cool, okay, like something like that. But it wasn't anything negative or derogatory or on either of our parts, him commenting or what I said in my rap. I just wanted to make it a little more personal, because everybody listens when you throw their name in. It's like, okay,
exactly.
yeah. What? You said what? Huh? Yeah. So, that I just wanted to make it personal and let them know I see you. I know you see me, but I see y'all too. So yeah.
Now, one more question about the next big thing I have for you. Now, for all the judges and everybody that came through, have you and the other contestants, have you all had a more of a coach to them when the cameras are off? Like, does it feel like that they come in, talk to you guys more? Are they always serious business, even when the camera is off?
Even when the cameras are off, they were, for the most part, Tina was very approachable. We didn't really see too much of Dame or Zaytoven off camera. There was a point where we had one-on-ones with each of them, not each of them, but they set us up with one of the judges, and we had kind of like one-on-one conversations. But that was a few episodes in, but I don't think that'll be aired. But that did happen, and that was really cool to just kind of have that that kind of personal Q&A type vibe with people who are execs, people who are in these positions and have literally broken artists, so that was really cool. And mine was with Tina, so I think coming from a female executive to a female artist, that was a really good one-on-one that we had. But other than that, like I said, Zay and Dame weren't exactly present too much outside of the camera time with us, but I mean, nothing to say against them. Tina to me was the most visible on and off camera. So.
Nice. Big shout outs to you, Tina, if you're watching right now. Big
Tina
shout
Davis.
outs. Yeah. Now, everybody, make sure, once again, you do turn to BET. You make sure you catch these episodes from episode 1 all the way up. You will see Tina jumping off the bus with a band going in. You will see her doing her thing, and you're going to see what she's doing. I'm not going to spoil it for you. Big shout outs to BET for airing this and helping Tia grow that name up even more. Now, Tia, is there any other things you have done in the television industry, movie industry, radio industry that you would like to speak about?
Yeah, actually, so well, I got my SAG card, so baby, I'm an actress. I've done several international commercials. One was with Sprite with LeBron James and Lil Yachty. Another one was a Pepsi commercial with Tori Kelly. I've had Verizon commercials combined with Apple. I'm just trying to think. Most recently, I did something for Covered California as well as Welcome to California. I'm forgetting something. I know I am. I'm forgetting a few things. Yeah, but I mean, you can. I've posted them on Instagram, or you can check my reel and stuff like that. But I've been blessed to do commercials, and I just finished shooting uh, an episode for All American on the CW. Yes, so
That's my
that was
show.
yeah, yes. You gotta make sure you tune into that. Uh,
Yes.
yeah, yeah. Shout out to Madonna. You know who you are, Madonna, for letting them know who a youngin is. And yeah, and that's what's happening now. I'm actually gonna be in New York. I'm flying out tomorrow night to be in New York, Wednesday through Saturday. Friday I'll be on Sway in the morning. So
Mm.
that's really big because his show is really big for promoting and
Yes.
breaking up well. And Sway is a respected guy from here to New York. So I'm
Yes.
honored to be a part of that as well. And yeah, man, it's been a lot going on, and in the best of ways. I'm busy, but I'm like blessed busy, like that busy where you can't really complain about it because it's like this the life you chose, and this is what it is. So
It's true.
it's a beautiful thing to see God just working it out, just in His way, where it can only be His way, because it's not something necessarily I'm doing specifically, but it's just He's I'm trusting Him and He's doing His thing. I'm
Nice.
excited about it. Yeah, that's for sure.
Nice. Nice. Big shout
Yeah,
outs to Sway. Big shout outs
yeah,
to you, dog. You're doing your thing, man. Continue. You do
yeah.
big things. Now, Tia, are there any other projects that you're working on that you like let your fans know about?
Absolutely. So I'm always working on something new. There's a secret project I can't tell you about yet,
Okay.
but it is in conjunction with a biopic movie. So just know that. Also, there is, I don't know if anybody's a fan of the show Empire on Fox, with my fellow Howard alumni, Taraji P. Henson, you know what I'm saying?
Mm,
Yeah,
yes.
and yeah, so I have a song I was asked to write there's gonna be an intro in the beginning of their final season, a recap song. I did the music and wrote the lyrics for that. So one of their characters is gonna be performing my song on the show. So I'm very blessed and excited to see that. And yeah, that's super. That's an avenue I never even about, so shout out to Mamie Coleman for that, OVP over music at Fox Entertainment. Another black female executive doing her thing. Love you,
Yes.
super dope. And yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah,
Yes.
I'm excited about that. Like, you don't understand. Like, I'm like, what? On Empire? Like, I watched that show. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
I also have some music that's been placed on Blackish, Shameless, Dear White People on Netflix, as well as I'm forgetting something else, but it'll come later. But yeah, so music placements have been a beautiful thing as well. So a lot going on, man. A lot going on. Working
Wow.
on a new project. Still doing some collabs. Working with a producer by the name of Metastic. Super dope producer. So we getting that. Got a single coming out called Into That, which will be
Mm.
for the end of the year. So if you in your bag and you into that, then you gonna like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, just the best way I tell people is to just follow me on Instagram, because I never really know what the next thing is gonna be. It's been that type of a crazy thing recently. But just staying prepared for whatever comes. Ha! Just thought about something. So tomorrow I'll actually be performing at a Sparks game. They're gonna be having their 90s vibe. Faith Evans is doing the national anthem, and I'll be performing, giving them, all the feels of the 90s. You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
Yes.
it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. Yeah.
What in the world? Tia, I don't think you get no sleep for the next 2, 3 months, girl.
Man, look, it's gonna be flights in 5 hours. So yeah.
And the crazy part is you didn't name one show that was small. And that's the crazy part. You're
Man,
doing so much. God is blessing you, Tia.
man,
Please
he is crazy.
continue.
Man.
Yes. And you started to mention this, Tia. How can
Mm.
your fans actually follow you on
Oh
social
yeah.
media and keep up with you?
Definitely, definitely. I am Tia P is the main handle. That's for my website. That's iamtiap.com, as well as Instagram at I am Tia P. There's also a fan page where I post most of my pics with my fans if I'm out at events, or I'll repost stuff from my Tia P page. But that's Team Tia P, TEAMTIAP. and that's a place where you can find out about, merchandise, gear, more about the website, giveaways, pictures with fans and celeb stuff like that. So definitely that's a way to stay updated with all that stuff. And the website we have a page where we're starting something called I have a song called Come Together. It was the Beatles remake. But what we want to do is to make that into more of a tangible thing as opposed to just a song and a video. So we want to show coming together, things that they're doing in their everyday, whether it be somebody who's a different race, color, creed, hair texture, something like that. Just some way, some gesture that you're doing to bring people together. You're coming together to help somebody out. Do something, because there's so much division and hatred and a loud idiocracy going on in the world, and it's in the absence of something that I think people want a voice to say that we need it. So in the absence of all this love, in the absence of all this coming together, is when we need to. Where is it? We need to see it. And so I wanted to provide a public platform for people to post about what they're doing. Like I said, either globally, in their community, or just on their day to day. Just something to bring people together. It's probably somebody calling me right now trying to post something. I don't know who's calling me in my interview. Mama, can you get the phone? No, I'm from Inglewood. We keep a hood around here. So
hey, why not? Why not?
But that's me. I'm real. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yes.
My mom's in the other room. I told her to get the phone, make sure nobody called, but it's okay. It's all right. I love you, Mama.
And also, big shout outs to Inglewood. That's where TLP is from. She's doing her thing, representing her community to the fullest. I love it.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I love my city. Love it to death. Inglewood all day.
Yes. Now, Tia, I know you're a busy person. I'm not going to hold you much longer. Okay. But what advice would you give any male or female that wants to become a rapper, R&B artist, an actress, an actor, just get into the movie, television, and music industry? What advice would you give them?
My motto has been the same for a while, and it's do you. There's only, and it's simple. It's not a lot of rah, and it's the hardest thing for people to do sometimes, but it's the most authentic thing to do. I mean, even if you mess up, you're still you. There's only one you. You're you. You know what I'm saying? Originality is a key that a lot of people don't use to unlock, to their dreams. It's something that I've always luckily had parents in a community that has always inspired me to be me. They've never tried to make me into something I'm not. Mind you, they've steered me and guided me in areas that I may have been ignorant, or things that I may not have known, or of course everybody goes through their little rebellious stage or moments and stuff like that. And I'm not saying that that's a time to just don't tell me nothing. But do you each of us has been implanted and gifted with a purpose. We just have to find that out. And once we find that out, everything else just flows. You know what I'm saying? But doing you is the easiest decision you will ever make. And there's no wrong way to do you. You just got to do you and trust you. You know what I'm saying? So
nice. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you took notice to everything that Tia said today. She is helping you guys out. She's a person that helps. I mean, like I said, check her out on Instagram. You will see motivational things that she does, from early in the morning walking the dog to doing anything. You never know what's going to come out of her mouth next for motivation.
I don't either.
Now, Tia, this is the last episode of the show. This right here is called Take the Floor. Okay. That means you have up to 2 minutes to say whatever you need to say that's on your mind. There's no questions at all. Okay. This is up to you. Say whatever you got to say. Tia, take the floor.
Okay. Well, given that the next big thing is probably the largest platform that I'm on right now, I just want people to keep in mind. If you know me, if you follow me, if this is your first introduction to me, what's good? How you doing? But whatever it is, just know I'm peace, love, and light. That's always been my thing. I don't believe in being a a-hole, because nobody wants to work with an a-hole. Nobody does. You can be a dope, creative, have as many gifts and talents, and be a terrible person, and nobody wants to work with people they don't like. So, don't let your gifts take you where your character can't keep you. That's something my Bishop Kenneth Sioma, again, Faithful Central Church, is a big foundation for who I am, how I live my life. And although I am a Christian, I don't make quote unquote Christian music. You know what I'm saying? But I make music as a Christian. You see what I'm saying? I just like good quality music. So don't get it twisted. If you hear me doing rap and you don't hear, you know, necessarily Jesus or God, don't trip. He's in my heart. Okay, so don't trip. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, he's gifted me with a language that has been able to spread more to just one type of person. So like I said, I have my church people. I reach people who R&B. I reach people who do pop. And recently, I've had people say, I don't even like hip hop. I don't even listen to rap, but I like you. And to me, that's really dope. When you can pull somebody from out of a genre that they don't even like or mess with, but they like it because of you. That's dope. Like
Yes.
I'm humbled. You know what I'm saying? So, and again, it just comes from me sticking to my guns, trusting God, and having a village and people who I trust to help guide me and make sure I'm not wilding and stay on the right track. So peace, love, and light. Y'all already know that's all I want. I want to be better so we can be better.
Nice, nice. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Tia P, once again, check her out on BET's The Next Big Thing. Make sure you check out her music. Stay in touch with her through Instagram. Make sure you do it. Check out the first episode of Empire. You have to check it out. Hear her music. She will be in your ears anywhere you go. I don't care where you go. She will be in your ears.
Yeah.
Exactly. Now, Tia, I want to say thank you for coming on the show, and I'd love to have you back on in the future.
Absolutely. Look, thank you for having me. This has been so super fun. Look, next time we're gonna have to be a one-on-one in person. We're gonna chop it up face to face. You know what I'm saying? But
You don't have to tell me twice.
hey, that's it. But I appreciate you having me, man, and I'll be back anytime you give me a call. So
I love it. I love it. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, Miss Tia P, follow her everywhere you can, and make sure you stay tuned. I'll be announcing the next person on the Big Scoop with Coop, and you all have a great night, people.